standing, definitely you can make sure that you can use a wall or back of a chair as well to help you with any kind of balance work or anything like that. And any of this can also be done on a chair. So just let me know. So we're going to start standing. I'm just going to try and move this to get my whole person in. Okay, so standing on the mat or blanket, or if you've got a nice thick carpet, we're going to go feet in parallel, toes facing forward, heels facing back, hands by our sides. And we're just going to start with just our usual kind of breathing and centering. So closing your eyes, really let the shoulder blades fall down the back, let the arms kind of just hang naturally, thinking about where is your weight placement? Are you leaning more forward? Are you leaning more back? What sounds can you hear in the background? And can you make that kind of white noise to focus yourself for the next 45 minutes on yourself? Taking some nice big deep breaths, making sure that we're nice and subtle in the knees so we're not in a hyperextension or lifting too much in the kneecaps. We're going to bring hands to heart center. Take a big deep breath in and circle. We're going to go up with the hands and out to the sides. Hands joining up to meet the heart center and coming up and all the way down. Couple more times going this way. Making big, full movement in that joint. Good, then big breath in. Exhale as we go the other way. Big reaches out to the sky, joining in the center, coming down to heart, and big. And coming down to heart. Two more. One more. And down. And from here, we're going to bring chin into the chest and start a roll down, really keeping that chin in tight. So we're really feeling that stretch from the top of the spine into the neck. We're just going to roll down halfway. Bend the knees. And just relax over, feeling the opening up in the back of the rib cage. Breathing in. Exhale, rolling up. Breathing in. Exhale, coming down. And rolling. Keeping that head tucked in. Good. Softening through the knees. Breathing in. Exhale, coming back up. We're going to go one more time, and this time you can go a little bit further if you wish. Breathing in. Exhale down. Just to wherever is comfortable. Always bend the knees, make them soft. Take the pressure out of the back. Making sure you're letting that head go. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's walk the hands back up as we're to support the spine. Good. And we're just going to send the pelvis back into a small chair squat and coming up. So if I turn side on, it's just going to be small. Use a wall. Help balance if you'd like. Just mobilizing hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint. Keeping the shoulder blades down, nice and long. Couple more. One more. We're going to go again, and we're going to go down and hold. Good. I'm just going to turn back to the front. Stay there. From this hold, I'm going to go to my left leg first. I'm going to put my right hand on my left thigh, and I'm going to turn and twist. We don't want to bring the knees in with it. Keep everything still in that train track alignment. I'm just resting for support. Coming back to that center, twisting to the other side. And coming back down. Go other side again. Nice big twist. Coming in. Nice big twist. Coming in. Using the thighs. Help yourself push back up. Back up to the sky. And we're going to roll down again. Keep that chin tucked in. And when you get to a certain point, we can come out to our down dog. I'm going to walk the hands out. Find a nice, comfortable down dog position. We've got that pelvis to the sky. Relax the knees. And you can go through the feet and the ankles just to get ourselves warm and mobilized. Breathing in. Exhale. Bringing those arms back in. Hang here in this forward fold. You can always go fists. You can go no hands. Just really try and relax the back of that neck. Breathing in, exhale, back you go, down dog. From here, we're going to go up and over, lengthening out. Let's put those knees down. We're going to go into our quadruped. So hands underneath the shoulders, or it could be fists, or sometimes to take the pressure out, I'll roll up the mat. I want to try and have those knees right underneath the pelvic joint. Big breath in, exhale. We're going to go through our cat-cow. Thinking of moving each vertebrae at a time. Gliding through each movement. Try and make it nice and fluid and with purpose. We're going to go a couple more each way. And then find your neutral. So that's your natural alignment. So we're not relaxing in, letting everything collapse. Although we are going to do our shoulder blade collapses like we did last week. So we're going to let those shoulder blades come in and together and then push them away. Coming in and together, that dropping feeling and pushing away. So my arms are not changing position. It's just from in the shoulder blades. Good. Couple more. And one more. From here, let's go back into a child's pose. So you can keep the legs underneath you and just send the pelvis back, or you can widen the knees, send that pelvis back. You could also go into puppy, which is keeping that pelvis up to the sky. Big breaths in and out and feel everything relax. While we're here, I'm going to take both of my arms, doesn't matter which position you're in, to the right. I'm getting that pull from my finger all the way down the side of my body into my glute. Then drawing the fingers back to the center. As we go to the other side. Finding that pull. And gliding slowly back to the center. From here, we're going to tuck the toes and come back up into our down dog position. Hopefully, you can maybe lengthen through the legs a little bit more. Maybe find that you can get that nice lengthening from the fingertips to the pelvis. And coming up over the toes into a plank. Breathing in, exhale. We're going to go back up into that down dog. Breathing in, exhale, coming up over the toes into that plank. Put the knees down. We're back into that quadruped position. Before we do anything else, let's move the wrist the other way. So I'm going to turn the hands and fingers towards my knees. And I'm going to thumb to finger. So I'm doing this in that position. I'm just changing thumb to finger. And then let's switch other side. And then from here, let's do the feet. I'm going to tuck the toes under. And then you can place the glutes and pelvis as far back as comfortable. Some of you will be able to really comfortably sit back and stretch out your feet this way. That does not work for me. So I'm just gonna lean forward still, placing weight, stretching my feet back. And then the other way, laying them flat down. And same thing, you come up and sit on the feet. Some of you, this will be really comfortable. For others, you might want to be more forward. We're going to go one more time, tucking the toes, sitting back onto the heels to wherever is comfortable. Breathing in, exhale, lying those toes flat. And then same thing other way. And then from here, let's go back into our child's pose or puppy, whatever feels good for you. And lengthening back. Really trying to find that pull from the pelvis to the fingertips. Staying there. I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. Back down on the mat a little bit more. Big breath in. Exhale. Coming up into our quadruped. So we're going to go opposite arm and leg reach. So when we lift the leg, we want to keep this pelvis nice and on the same plane. So I don't want to be hitching up one side. Same with the arms. Remember, you can do just arms, just legs, or opposite arm and legs. Just watch out for whatever furniture is around. And finding that lengthening. So we don't want to collapse in the back or overlifting. So I'm lifting up one glute. And the other side, we're working on mobilizing shoulder, pelvic joint, but then trying to stabilize our core in our center, in our spine. So we don't want to try and change the weight too much from one hand to the other. Try and keep it center. Really feel someone is pulling the foot and the hand in the opposite direction. Making sure you're equal on both sides before we go into thread the needle. Threading the needle. I'm going to send that arm through, bending the other. Resting the head down if it's comfortable. I can put the hand on the back of the pelvis. Really try and open up that shoulder, or I can stay with that hand down here. Big breaths in and out. One more big breath in and out here. Swapping over. Threading the needle the other side. Opening up the shoulders. Finding that twist. Good. And big breath in and out as we come back to center. Okay. I'm going to start with my left leg and take my left leg forward into a lunge. So with the left leg, I set that up first, making sure that I've got the knee and the heel in line. And then to send more kind of stretch, I'm going to send this other leg back to wherever is comfortable. You can stay here with hands. Books are always a really good kind of prop. You can also come up onto the thigh. This can put a bit more pressure on that knee that's on the mat, though, that might not feel very comfortable. So I've got my left foot in front. So I'm going to put my right hand down and I'm going to open up. And bringing back down. Big breath in. Exhale, opening up. Good. Coming down. One more. And opening up. And back down. Good. And then bringing that leg back in. And relaxing in that child pose. We're going to go other side. So I'm going to bring that right leg out. Have that heel and knee joint in a line. Sending that back leg back to get more of a stretch. And have hands down by our sides. Up on the leg. Whatever feels comfortable. So I've got my right leg forward, so I'm putting my left hand down by the foot, breathing in. Exhale, opening and closing. And opening. And down. We get one more flow. Up. And in. Keeping everything aligned as we come back into our child's pose. Big breath in, exhale, coming out into our modified plank. I'm going to lower myself a straight line as much as I can from head to glute. I'm going to send the elbows back down by the sides of the body and coming down. Arms down by our sides, shoulders and elbows in a line, hands on the mat. We draw those shoulder blades back as we go into a small swan. Making sure that we're not collapsing in that lumbar spine and letting it go. Breathing in, exhale, coming down. Breathing in, exhale, coming up. And coming down. Coming up. And now on this one, if you want to push further, you can to any kind of varying degree, just making sure we're keeping the shoulder blades down. We're engaged in the core. Breathing in, exhale. Slowly gliding through each vertebrae at a time. Big breath in. Exhale, one more. Up we go. Breathing in. Exhale, back down. Good. We're going to go hands behind the back. You can interlace the fingers or you can just have them down by your sides. We'll bring feet together. We're going to double kick with a flex foot twice. As we come back down, we lengthen through and change direction of the head. And up and change. And up. Good. And up and change. And one more. And relaxing those arms down. From here, we can bring one leg in and just getting that stretch. You can grab with the foot. Well, this is a really good time where you can use some kind of like a robe or a towel to help bring in that foot. Keeping those knees together, keeping the hips into the ground. And then you can put your forehead down on your arm. Another option would be I push my top of the foot into the back of the hand as I extend up. And this is just to wherever is comfortable. And coming back down. One more time, big breath in. Exhale, you either stay here or you can push that foot into the back of the hand. And it peels you off the mat slightly. And back down. As we change arms and legs. This side might feel very different. So you might feel that you've got a bit more mobility here or less. So just adjust accordingly. Breathing in, exhale, stay here. Or if you'd like to, you can come up into that half bow. Important thing is we want to try and keep those knees in alignment and not have everything shift out. And coming back down. Breathing in. Exhale. And up. Breathing in. Exhale. Coming back down. And let it go. We will do the pinwheel that we did last week because we're in this position. Let's move on to our side. I've got my bottom hand in the ground, top hand on top. I'm going to bend. We've got knees together, coming forward. That top arm reaches. And then I start to draw that circle. I'm not on the ground. I'm hovering above within the limits of the joint. Opening up is being led by that arm. Once again, I'm being squished by my walls of my house or my furniture. So just keep that circle going and coming back down. So you want to make a full circle and we don't want to be collapsing in the joint. So you want to be opening up as wide as possible, but within the mobility that you've got without us not engaging all those ligaments and tendons. So lengthening the arm, drawing that circle through, opening up thoracic spine, big circle round, coming back. We'll go one more time and round, opening up, and coming back to the center. And from here, just push ourselves up to switch sides. So stacking the legs. I'm going to try and climb forward actually trying that circle. Stacking the arms, relaxing the head. You can always put a cushion under your head here too in this position. Lengthen that top arm and circle and circle. And it's this arm that opens up my thoracic. So very much that fingers are in my peripheral vision as I come up and around. We're going to go twice more. And around. Good. And once more. And around. And coming back to stacked. Good. From here, let's go on to our back. Let's just rock the pelvis back and forth. Finding that position where you might be working in your neutral pelvis, which is your sticky out bones on the hip and pubic bone facing the ceiling, or for a lot of us, we're going to be thinking about imprinting the spine into our mat. Breathing in, exhale, coming up with the legs, making sure that we're not changing the curvature in our spine as we toe tap. Keeping the feet and the legs at that kind of that 90 with the knees. So we're not kicking the glutes. Good, a couple more. And placing both feet back down on the mat. Ribcage arms, breathing in, exhale. Pushing up into our 100 position, breathing in, exhale. Gliding back down. Head is the last thing to come down. Breathing in, exhale, pushing up. And back down. And one more to go. Breathing in. Exhale, pushing up. Good. Bringing one leg in. Send the other leg away. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring those legs into the chest. Relax the head down. Good. Let's bring those feet up to the ceiling. Sweep our hands behind the head. Coming up into our curl. We're going to leg lower, keeping that spine down on the mat. 1, 2, 3. Coming in. Take a big deep breath. Exhale up. 1, 2, 3. Coming down. Deep breath in. Exhale up. 1, 2, 3. And down. We're going to go one more. Breathing in. Exhale up. 1, 2, 3. And down. Good. Placing both legs down. We're going to go into our bridge. We'll just do one normal bridge. letting the pelvis go, coming up through the spine gently, breathing in, exhale, letting the spine come down, then the pelvis. Another option we're going to do to really try and get those hamstrings to fire is we're going to go on the heels and move the legs a little further away. Breathing in, exhale, rolling up into a bridge. Exhale, coming down. And again, really push those heels in to the mat and down. And again, really push those heels and down. Good, let's go onto our toes. Same thing, it's just going to feel slightly different. Really pushing in through the feet. Pelvis is the last thing. 2 more. And down. One more. And down. Good. From here, we're going to let the legs fall to one side. I'm going to let that, so I've got my right flat down on the mat, and then I'm really working to have my left leg down. And then we're going to windscreen wipe to the other side. And flow. And flow. Couple more. One more each side. Nice. And then lengthening those legs. We're going to try and roll up from here. If it doesn't happen and it doesn't feel good, definitely bend the knees and climb up the legs. So breathing in, exhale, head tucks, pushing through each vertebrae ahead of time till we're in a nice seated position. And then to finish off, I'm going to bring one leg in front, other leg bent. Big breath in. Exhale over that leg. Take big, deep breaths. Good. And coming up. And switching. Breathing in. Exhale over. Final last big breath. And out. And crawling back up. And let's bring those feet together into butterfly. Breathing in. Exhale over. Just with each breath out, slowly either hold or lower yourself a little bit further, depending on how the body is feeling. Good. Crossing over the leg. This one stays nice and relaxed. Top one, doesn't matter which one you do, just going to really bring in tight. So on the top, I've got my right leg, which means I'm going to take my left arm. And then I'm going to twist towards the foot that's relaxed on the mat. With every breath out, try and let that tummy move more, belly button move more. And coming back. Good. Let's switch legs. Let that leg relax down. Cross that leg over. And it's okay if the leg is just coming to here, or if this crossing is not comfortable, just bring it into where it is comfortable. We're going to wrap that arm around. So I've got left leg, right arm. Pull it in and turn. Big breath in, exhale, and twist. One more breath in. Exhale. And good. And then coming back. We're going to go into easy pose. I'll put one hand down on the mat. Big scoop with the other arm. Up and over. Keep both sit bones down. I'm reaching from fingertip all the way down into that pelvic joint. And coming up as we go the other side. Big scoop up and over. That shoulder relax. And let's do a big stretch behind. So either using a towel to grab, or you can interlace the fingers as you push back, opening up the chest. And scooping those arms up and around. Let me take myself forward, let that head relax. Coming up to seated. And then from here, you can either go into a child's pose, or you can stay here in easy pose. Close the eyes. Take some big, deep breaths in and out. Recognizing any sounds you can hear. Birds outside, animals, people. Having them wake up the brain. Bring you back into the room. And thank you, everyone. That's all we've got time for today. I